Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Charles Swiss. In today's video, we'll be making a beautiful pencil skirt with peplum top. So guys, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell icon to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Now we'll use this as my skirt, while this as the top. We'll first of all cut the skirt. Now this is a scuba fabric. It's somehow stretchy, you can see. For the skirt, it will be having a band and the main body of the skirt. The band will be like 2 inches height, then the rest. So I have to minus the band from the main skirt. Now the length of the skirt is 28 inches. If I remove 2 inches from 28, it will be 26. So I'll cut the length of 26 inches. Now the fullest part of the measurement is the hips, which is 45 inches. So if I divide it into 4, 45 divided into 4 will give me 11.2 inches. So I'm using 14 inches as the width. So this is okay. So I'll go ahead and mark 26 inches plus the joining allowance there and the hemming at the down part. I'll go ahead and add more 2 inches, making it 28 inches. That is the 2 inches I removed, I've replaced it. So this 28 inches. So this 28 inches. Now the waist measurement is 39 inches divided into 4 will give me 9.8 inches. I'll go ahead and add 2 inches allowance. Because it's a scuba fabric, I don't need to add that allowance. You know, it's somehow stretchy. And as I'm cutting, make sure the width should be the stretchy part while the length is non-stretchy part. So that's why I did not add the allowance for that. So it does not need that. Will not be adding that to it. Just go ahead and add the 9.8 inches plus 2 inches allowance. Everything should be 11.8 inches. Then for the hips, I will mark 9 inches. From this point, the hip measurement is 45 inches divided into 4 will give me 11.2 inches. Is 11.2 inches. Because I will not be turning it with line, I will reduce the allowance. I just reduce it by half an inch. So I will make this one 1.5 inches allowance instead of 2 inches. The same thing to this. Then for the down part, what I have here for the hips is approximately 13 inches. So if I remove 1.5 from 13 inches to be 11.5, so I'll go ahead and join the lines together using my straight ruler. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. Now place it on my fabric to cut out for the back pieces. Now this time I'll add 1 inch for the zip allowance. To having a zipper, I just added only 1 inch for the zip allowance. Then I'll go ahead and cut. Then I'll open up the zipper side. Then for the band, I'll measure 5 inches. That is 2.5 inches on fold. The waist measurement I'm working with is 39 inches. I'll go ahead and add extra 1 inch for the joining allowance. That is 5 inches by 41 inches. The waist measurement is 39. If you add extra 1 inch, it will be 40 inches. So I just want to make it to be enough. I will make it 41 so that at the end I will trim off the excess. So this is the length of 41 inches. For the fabric I use only 1 yard of scuba fabric. That is 36 inches. So we're actually done with the cutting of the skirt. Now for the sewing, I'll open up the front like so. This is the front piece. Place the two back pieces together like so. Then I'll go ahead and close it up the two side by 1.5 inches. Because it's not having any lining, I just added allowance in case if I need to expand it, I'll just go ahead and lose it and join it. So I'll close it up with 1.5 inches to the two sides, leaving the upper side and the down part open. After which, the next thing will be the band. I will attach the band at the upper side. After joining both the front and the back pieces together, I'll go ahead and attach the band to it. That is the upper part. I'll sew through the band round the body of the skirt. So before I join it together, I'll go ahead and fix the band separately, not together. I'll first of all attach the front because of the back is having zipper. I want it separately. So I'll go ahead and add my band to it like so. You can see I'll sew through it. The same thing I'll do to the two back pieces. I'll as well have to cut the band into two for the two back pieces. You can see I will do that, then I'll join it at the two sides. After joining, I will hem the downside. Then I'll show you the next thing I'll do. So guys, for the top, I'll start with the sleeve. This is half yard of this fabric. I just have to fold it into two like so. The length of the sleeve is 21 inches and is a big sleeve. So what I have here is 18 inches. So the remaining inches, I will use it as the band. That is 1, 2, 3, 3 inches for the band. Now, the width, this 15 inches here, while the length is 18 inches. That is half yard of a fabric. So what I will do now is to remove 4 inches. Okay, I'll make it 5 inches. Depending on how full you want it to be, this point I will curve it to this tip here. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. Okay. Then I'll go ahead and notch the shoulder line. Then I'll open up the folded parts. By the time I'm through cutting the main dress, I will cut out the band for the sleeve. So this for the sleeve. The next thing I'll be cutting will be the peplum. Now we'll start with the peplum side. The length of the blouse is 29 inches minus 16 inches the half length. The remaining inches there is 13 inches. That will be the length of the peplum. So I'll go ahead and add extra 2 inches to it, making it 15 inches. Because I want it to be very full, I'll be cutting this length. The length of the fabric is 62 inches. That's the length. So I'll cut 15 inches into two pieces. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. Then I'll open up this side. The next thing I'll do is to join the two edges together. I'll join it together to have a very long peplum. Now I'll keep it aside. Now the half length is 16 inches plus 1 inch joining at the shoulder and at the down part, making it 17 inches. Now the bust measurement is 41 inches divided into 4 will give me 10.2 inches. Then I'll add extra 2 inches allowance here. The widest part is the bust, so this folding is okay. So I'll place my shoulder measurement, which is the shoulder is 16 divided into 2 will give me 8 inches. 8 inches. The armhole is 9 inches. I'll make it 9.5 inches. 9.5 inches for the armhole. Right, the shoulder is 8 inches plus half an inch, that is 8.5 inches. Okay. Now under the armhole, I will place the bust measurement, which is 10 point. That is 41 divided into 4 will give me 10.2 inches here plus 2 inches. Then the waist measurement is 39 inches divided into 4 will give me 9.8 inches plus 2 inches allowance as well. Now I'll put 1 inch shoulder slant. For the round sleeve, I will make it 3.5 here. For the neck depth, I will use 5 inches. This for the front. Then 1 inch shoulder slant. Is a princess cut blouse. The bust to bust measurement is 8 inches plus. Divided into 2 give me 4 inches. So I'll mark 4 inches here to the bust point, which is 11.5. Then I'll join the lines together. Then at this point, the remaining inches here, I have 8.5 inches divided into 2 will give me 4.3 inches approximately. From this point, I will now take the princess cut, that is the armhole princess cut. Remember, it stops from the bust point, which is 11.5 inches. From this point to this point. Then because of the joining, I will extend the armhole from this point where the shoulder line and the armhole stopped. I will mark 2 inches upward here, curve the princess cut. That is, from this point I will extend it by 1.5 inches so that by the time we finish joining, we'll now cut off the excess to avoid it being short. Then at this point, I will go ahead and cut out shoulder slant first. The extended part of the princess cut, then I'll curve it. By the time I'm through sewing, I'll then trim off the excess part. So I'll place it on the fabric to cut out the back pieces before I'll open up the princess cut. For the zipper allowance, I'll use 1.5 inches for the zip allowance. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. Then I'll go ahead and cut out the princess cut. Then I'll open up the zipper side. Okay. Now for the band at the wrist. Remember I said the inches I will use for the band is 3. I'm using 3 inches, so it will be on fold, but I open it up. Altogether is 6 inches. That is 3 times to 6. So I'll go ahead and add extra 1 inch for the joining. That is 7 inches. The wrist side is 9 inches. So I'll add extra 1 inch to it. Can add 1.5 depending on how you want it. Okay, then I'll open it up. By the time I open it up, this is what I'll be having as the band. So guys, we are done with the cutting. The next thing I'll be cutting will be the lining. Now the peplum length is 15 inches. Remember I added both the folding allowance and the joining allowance. So the main peplum size is 13 inches. So I'll add, because it's the line, I'll add only half an inch for the lining. So I'm cutting 13.5 for the lining. Then I'll go ahead and open it up. Now I've cut out the lining. I'll go ahead and join it at the edge. Then the peplum, I'll sew through the down part. After sewing, I'll fold it in to make sure that when I fix it, the lining will not show. So it will be folded like so. Then top stitch at the upper side. So I've cut out the lining for the peplum. It's a straight peplum that will be printed, not two peplum. Then I'll go ahead and cut out the lining for the main body of the dress, of the top. We are not cutting lining for the sleeve. So I'm starting from the back pieces. So I've placed the front neckline and the back neckline. I want to cut out the neckline now because I've not cut it before. So I'll cut it, then I'll cut out the back, the two back pieces, they are lining. So this is the front. You can see I've already marked for the front, which I marked 5 inches depth for the front. Now this one will be for the back, which is 2 inches depth. I will now remove the front, then cut out the lining for the two back pieces. Then I'll open it up. Now this one is for the front. That is the center front. Let me first cut out the two sides. Okay, so we've cut out the lining for both front and back pieces. All the lining that we needed, we've really cut them out. We are now in the sewing aspect. The first thing I'll do is to join all the princess darts together, both the lining and the fabric. This for the front. I'll pick all the front pieces with the lining. I'll join it together for the front. I'll pick the two back pieces, the two sides and lining. I'll join it together. The same thing to the peplum. I'll join it and fold it as we said. Just fold it in like so, so that the lining will not show. So I will do that, after which I will show you the next thing I will do. So guys, I've joined the two sides. You can see the front and the back pieces are now together, and I hem the down part as I said. I fix the band. So the last thing to do is to close up the back seam line for the zipper. I'll close it up, leaving 7 inches here for the zipper. This is my zipper. I'll leave 7 inches, then close up the remaining side. It's not having any slit because it's an elastic dress. So I'll go ahead and close it up and fix my zipper. The skirt is done. Then I'll go ahead and trim off this excess part. Now for the top, I've joined the peplum and I went ahead to turn it with my lining. You can see this is a straight peplum, and I folded in 1/2 inch in order to have the fabric come out instead of the lining. You can see, to make sure that the fabric comes out instead of the lining. You can see I folded it in and I went ahead to top stitch the edge, that is the west side. So this is for the peplum, and for the bodies of the dress, this is the back pieces. I've turned it with my lining, both the front. I join all the princess dart together, both the lining and the fabric. I've joined it together and I've turned it with my lining. The next thing is to notch the neckline and turn it inside out to the right side. So I'll go ahead and notch all the neckline like so. So guys, I've turned all the upper side to the right side. I've turned it inside out to the right side. So the next thing I'll do, this is the front side. You can see the excess side of it. I'll go ahead and trim it off. It's very important when you are cutting any princess, whether princess dart or princess bustier, make sure you add an extension so that by the time you finish joining, you will go ahead and trim off the excess part. If you did not add an extension to it, when you are sewing, the fabric may reduce. The tendency for it to reduce is there. So it's better you add it so that at the end you trim off the excess part of it. So the next thing I'll do is to join the front and the back pieces together. From the shoulder, we join as usual, fabric to fabric, lining to lining. I'll join the two shoulders together. After joining, then I'll close up the two sides with 1 inch. If you want, you can go ahead and attach the sleeve and sew together. So I would join the shoulder together like so. So So I'll join the two shoulders together. After joining it, then I'll show you the next thing to do. So guys, I've closed it up and I went ahead to attach the zip. You can see the skirt is ready. The next thing I'll do, I'll cut off this excess part with my zigzag scissors because it's a thick fabric. So I've used my zigzag scissors to trim off all the sides. So the skirt is completely done. You can see this is the back, while this is the front. It's very easy to achieve. Now I've joined the shoulder, the two shoulders together. You can see this is the front, while this is the back. The next thing I'll be adding is the sleeve. I'll place it right side facing each other. I'll go ahead and plait this upper side to rhyme with the length here. The same thing to the second side. I'll fix the sleeve, then close it up. After fixing, I'll close it up. But before I close the downside of the sleeve, I will use the band. So guys, I've fixed the upper part, both the sleeve. You can see I've joined the sleeve to the main half cut. You can see how it looks. So the next thing is to attach the peplum. Now the peplum is a bust plinted one. So I'll make use of the bust plint to be at all these points. This is the princess cut, the side seam line, the two front princess cut. So we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places we'll be bust plinting it. So I'll go ahead and bust plint. The first one is 5 inches, the second one is 6.5. All these ones are 6, except the center one, which is 7 inches. So I'll follow the same method while folding. So this is 5 inches, this is 6.5 inches. So while plinting, make sure you overlap it. And see. After plinting it, I'll then place the upper side like this and close it. After bust plinting, I'll go ahead and join the upper side and the lower side together. Then I'll fix my zip. I'll show you the final look. So guys, after sewing, this is how it looks. This is the top. This is the sleeve. You can see. So guys, you can see how the bust plinting came out. So lovely, so beautiful. I plinted all the seam line, the two center, the two sides, and the back as well. So I printed the bust painting on all the same line. The princess cut at the front and back and the two sides. You can see how it looks so beautiful. Make sure you try yours. It's very easy to achieve. And the skirt as well. You can see how it looks. I hope this video is helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell icon to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Give it a thumbs up, share to your friends, and bye until I see my next video.